Oof. Yeah, that didn't do so well. I'm gonna shoot for what we... Well, Neko, what did you think of that special simulation last night? It was great. That is wonderful to hear. I thought you could use it to pick me up after the stress of last week. In any case, a week has already passed, and as the increasing storm activity has shown, our situation remains difficult. We still have a lot of work to do. Come see me in the core so we can get started once again. Nah, let's just keep going blind. Alright. With a week already gone, we need to step up things a bit. The recent storm has me worried. The holograms have made some progress with the escape ship, but it just isn't ready yet. I'm afraid we have to send you out again this week. There are some resources we badly need. We can access the medical wing of Colony B, which might let us get some necessary medical supplies. We also head to Tower E of the comms relay, where we can try to send a distress signal into space. Another facility of the... Okay, so it's new parts of the same area as we've been. Another facility of the Agrodomes is open. We need you to head there to find a way to extend your food supply. And you can also reach the cave's refinery now. It's imperative that we find more fuel for the ship, if possible. As always, the choice is yours. You can plot a course to any one of these locales from the shuttle bay. I might just stay up and push through this, honestly. Last night ended up shorter than I expected. You might as well go for it. I'm going back to the columns first. I feel like they're gonna send me for another round, then they're gonna open that up. Because I don't think that our station can take one more storm. And there's more of whatever she was writing, and this will refresh me more on what was up with her character. So if we do have to come back for another round, I'll have a better idea what's going on. The signal tower normally handles all our deep space transmission, but the rain must be affecting it, because I can't detect that it works any longer. If we can get the signal back in action, I thought we could try to use it differently to send a distress beacon to those shipping lanes I mentioned. If it gets picked up, perhaps we'll stand a better chance of hitching a ride when we finally get the escape ship off the ground. Head to the top of the tower and see what you can find. See if you can find out what's going on with the transmission equipment. Yeah, so we'll do this, and I feel like fuel is going to be my second priority after this, because like the results there were not great. Something is definitely being affected. I'm reading unusual levels of dampness and corrosion there. Hey now, no, no. Bring this corrosion to me. Alright, top floor. Fine, screw you. It's a worn old repair handbook for telecommunications equipment. Many pages have been torn out, and the book almost appears discarded. Have you ever repaired equipment such as this kind in this tower before? I don't see any reference in your record. Nope. Appreciate your honesty. I must admit, I almost wish you would have tried a bit harder, though. In any case, we should probably focus on getting this tower's communication array functioning again. Want me to go up? Let's go up. That's the right floor. You should be able to see 3 terminals there, as well as a 4th control station. Can you please check them for me? I'm on it. I know you are. Relay appears to be completely shut off. It was likely powered down automatically due to a failure or environmental breach, but it didn't reactivate. Perhaps there is a control panel that will help you activate it. Oh, it's the one on the corner with the 3 wires in it. This relay is operating, but it's stuck in some kind of command loop. It won't transmit correctly until it's rebooted. You should be able to find a control station that will let you hard reset this relay. This relay is functioning, but it's not sending the signal that we want. It's transmitting this various codes. If you can find this control station, you can feed it our new distress signal and hope that we're heard. Well, now that we know the issue with the 3 relays, let's find each one's control station and get everything back on track. Oh, it's going to be a matter of following the cords down. This transmission terminal isn't functioning. It looks like it's tied to those 3 panels on that floor. Okay, so let's do each one. Looks like they just go down through here. Keep an eye out for anything plugged in or otherwise redirected. Those large bundles of cable stake all the way from the top of the tower to the floors below. Oh, I didn't give me a chance to look at that earlier. Okay, blinky lights, usually not the best. Looks like a series of pages from that repair manual found. They've been torn out and notes have been written all over. Notes are complex. They look like various calculations regarding signal strength, positioning, distance, and other factors. My guess is that someone was trying to figure out various ways of bouncing a signal from here for the best long-range results. You found the control panel for the blue panel on the top floor. You should see a clearly marked power switch there. Are you going to turn the relay back on? Yes. I like the power up noises. I just like noises. You found the control panel for the red panel on the top floor. It needs a hard reset. You can push the heavy-duty power switch off and on again to do this. Will you reset the control panel? Yup. You found another one of those pages. The story appears to continue again. Here, I'll read it. Paula shut down for a while and closed off contact with the dark. Not that she turned him off specifically, but rather tuned him out. For days she stewed over their conversation while going about her duties with the same mechanical precision as always. Was it right? Was she giving up? There she was, trapped in her little castle, until bad weather forced her to abandon it and find a new one, always on the move, never meeting another soul. But she was struggling, wasn't she? She was trying. How could she be giving up? But Paula thought long and hard about the conversation again. Regardless of the doubt she felt, Paula knew she couldn't give in to the dark, chiding and goading. She knew help wasn't coming, but she just couldn't accept defeat. Not yet. That's where this batch of pages ends. Sounds like there might be even more. There might be a third visit to all these, in which case. Okay, yes. Okay, you've dealt with all those control panels. Head back up to the top floor. Let's make sure this array is working properly. Because, yeah, I didn't get the achievement for finding all the pages again, so. I thought I was pretty thorough before. I picked up increased seismic activity over there. The tremor didn't seem too serious. Are you okay? All good. Okay, be careful as you descend, please. Gotta go fast. Panels should all be functioning correctly now. You can activate the master terminal there once you're ready. Okay, let's just flip the power cycle the transmission from the tower, and you can come back. You're going to flip the switch? Y'all! Oh, I do want to get out of here. Oh, what? That's... What? Keiko, are you still there? My readings are very faint. I registered a huge explosion. What happened? It blew up. Oh my, that is terrible. You're right. It looks like the entire tower was destroyed in the explosion. You are so lucky to still be alive. The blast threw you quite far away, but thankfully you're okay. I was really worried there. Activating those relays is what set off the tower. I wonder, was it rigged to do that? Or is that some kind of malfunction? As you make your way back, let's do 2 things. 1, see if you can find anything salvageable in the debris that was thrown from the tower. 2, let's see if we can figure out why the tower exploded in the first place. Okay, I thought that was a really quick objective. They just stacked a new one on top of it. Scan any parts you find, and let's get some answers. Well, that's cool and fun. Sometimes you wake up and you gotta survive an explosion. Kinda cool to be out on the surface, though. That's one of the highly sophisticated system boards from the tower. Each one is like several powerful computers on a chip. This one shows leaking transistors and all kinds of wear. If it was in this condition when we activated the tower switch, it could have backfired. Without seeing all the options, however, I can't determine if this was the cause. Please keep looking. Continue west. need north. I like north. I mean, it's probably not going to let me leave till I find my way to the shuttle anyway, so... That's one of the switching mechanisms from the tower. Maybe it's because of the blast, but it doesn't appear to be seated correctly. If this switch was compromised in some way, it could have caused a spark or unwanted current, and thus the explosion. We can't really be sure until we find other debris, so please continue to keep an eye out. Whatever that component was, it was too heavily damaged in the explosion to be of any use to us. We got a lot of north here, apparently. I see a blinking beacon. Good, you found the long-range radio booster from the tower. We're in luck. It's intact, so we can make use of this scanned data to help us with the escape ship. You know, after the rift event separated the two colonies, the storms made sending radio signals very difficult. I think only Mrs. Laurier was skilled enough to find a way to cut through that interference. Even I couldn't do that. I suppose that sometimes human ingenuity is far more impressive than even with advanced technology. I agree. Perhaps you're living proof of this. As the last survivor, you have been able to do so much that the others could not. So much more than me, certainly. Anyway, I should let you get on with your search. I shouldn't keep you out in that rain longer than necessary. Now you just need to find 3 additional communication parts before you can come back home. Alright, so there were 2 west exits from here, so we'll hit all those. I fear there might have been a page or 2 blown away too, since we only found 1. Where's this connect? I'll come back to that. Okay, well let's see if there's anything else besides the shuttle. I mean, the shuttle doesn't activate until I do it manually anyway, so... We're lucky that this receiver is intact. It will help immensely with boosting the capabilities of the escape ship, so we aren't flying totally blind up there. Now you just need to find 2 additional communication parts before you can come back home. The controller module is barely kept together. If it was like this in the tower, it could have malfunctioned. If the controller routed signals incorrectly, I suppose that could have caused the explosion. Well, it looks like any number of elements could have malfunctioned in the tower. Do you have any thoughts on which component might have been the culprit? I feel like it was the switch. It's not really sure. If the faulty switch caused the spark, it could have set up a terrible reaction that resulted in the explosion. If we had more time, perhaps we could know for sure. Perhaps only Miss Laurier could help us determine the most likely scenario. That is a mystery for another day. Right now, you should try to finish finding the salvageable parts so we can get you home. And that's clearly something scannable. And the tower's translation module. This will let us communicate regardless of language, even if the translations are a bit off sometimes. I think you just need to find 1 additional communication part before you can come back. Okay, we scanned all this though. Yeah, I remember that chunk. There was one more thing to scan up here. I just wanted to check the southernmost before we left. The heat from the blast completely disfigured that hardware. You'll have to keep moving. There might be something near the shuttle. Isn't that where we came from? Oh yeah, I'll give it a double check scan. Oh yeah, we missed one right at the start. Looks like that deep space signal converter survived the explosion amongst that other rubble and wreckage. I'll be able to use this. Okay, you found all the parts we'll likely be able to salvage from that mess. You really have not had the best of luck today. If there's anything more you can do there, head northwest and I'll guide you back to the shuttle. dead end. Parachute northwest for being the standard terminology, and not west-north. Anything else hiding out? Nope. Looks like we're good. That was still a pretty quick one, so. Going back down to Shuttletown. Ooh. Terry looks to be completely destroyed. You were fortunate not to be harmed. I suppose we both are. Well, there isn't anything more you can accomplish there. It'd be best if you return home. Maybe I did miss a page on the first drive-in. Well, unless there's another section of it we can come to later. I wasn't expecting a third trip, but whatever. Honestly, I really should call it there after this visit. We'll come back to this next week. I need to get last night's stuff edited and tonight's stuff edited. Chopped into episodes, throw it onto youtube.com/nekobun and collected in lists on the Twitch channel. Don't dawdle, come see me right away. And then next week I just gotta remember to go fuel first, since that's the most whooped segment. I'll miss you, mess hall. Okay, all the data you collected today is synced and ready to be worked on. You did well out there. Since you went to the comms relay, you'll be able to visit Ms. Laurier in the Holocene chamber tonight. You can retire to your quarters when you're ready. I'll call for you when the Holocene chamber is available. Toot, 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 toot. It's bedtime. Going to bed at bedtime. I can almost guarantee you we're going to get hit by another storm before the last push. If there is a third push. It's time, Neko. The Holocene chamber is ready for you now. Just head in when you're ready. Have a good evening. I'm glad. Sorry about that. I was just preoccupied with something and almost didn't know she'd come in. Busy? It's okay. Again, I've actually been working whenever the AI can afford the cycles to run this place. I've been putting a lot of time into your ship. Now, I was actually thinking a bit more about what we spoke about last week. About when we all first came here and how difficult it was. I just realized I spent all that time talking about myself. I didn't even ask you about it. So what was it like for you? We all arrived here 16 years ago. It's kind of scary. Really? I honestly didn't think you'd say that. I mean, considering everything you're going through right now. I guess I asked because, well, people were always hiding their feelings, you know? Everyone wanted to act like they had everything under control. The head psychologist, Ms. Bouchard, you know, she was there for a reason. It wasn't easy for everyone, even when things were running smoothly. I don't remember everything, obviously, but when the Rift event hit, it pushed a lot of people over the edge. It was the first time I saw the others. Well, I mean, once I wasn't the only one having a hard time with it all. Makes me wonder if I was better equipped to deal with what happened, you know, because I was kind of off on my own anyway. They were there 16 years? God damn. So you can find out what happened to me. I guess I can't be sure. Tell me more. Appreciate that, but I think we've gone on about this enough. Talking to you, it's really helping me out. Thank you. So here we are, moving on to another topic. I guess there was one thing I wanted to ask you about. Can you guess what it was? Here's the pages. Oh, you found part of a story I was writing. It's like a second batch of pages. Thank you for bringing this to me. There's going to be a third batch. It really does seem like I've had a hard time with things, doesn't it? But what's this one line? Paula knew she couldn't give in to the Dark's the chiding and goading. I guess that's good, right? Dark was right. She hated to admit it. The story seems so helpless. She didn't know whether the Dark's criticisms held any merit, but time was running out. Seems like she had difficulty coming to a decision. It's so strange to read words you supposedly wrote, but have no memory of writing. It doesn't feel like me it doesn't even feel like me anymore. The other me was dealing with her situation, obviously, but I guess I'm dealing with something different. Something entirely different. In a way, we're different now. This is difficult. But thank you for bringing me these pages to me. In a way, they're helping me understand what I am a bit better. Well, since you're here, what else do you think might be interesting to discuss? Oh, my cool scarf. You know, with that scarf. Well, that wasn't exactly what I was getting at, but alright, let's talk about your scarf. I know you think it's stylish, and I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. Since your suit keeps your temperature in check, though, you don't really need it, so it makes more sense as an accessory. I don't think I've ever seen any other colonists wearing something like that. I mean, before. Where'd you get it? Back home. Ah, I see now. You packed her when we all came here from Earth. It must have been important to you if you included it in your personals bag. We weren't allowed to bring much. Anyway, I can see how you find it useful out there. You could wipe condensation off your helmet, patch up your suit with it if you had to, stuff like that. You know what? That gives me an idea. About the comms tower. The array in that thing really was your best chance at sending a signal. Kind of like your scarf, maybe there's a simpler way to do what we need. Something that uses older tech that I can patch together. Ah! Let's talk about that comms tower. Comms tower? Oh, you mean Tower E? Well, that was what I was thinking about, but sure, we can talk about that. The tower is much less habitable than the other one. It's like the space between two walls, crammed with equipment and wiring. All necessary stuff, but pretty ugly. Wait, you look at me like I'm saying something stupid. Am I saying something stupid? What's going on with the tower? Well... Oh no. Please don't tell me that something happened to the tower. It was the main signal array, with the farthest reach into space. Without that specialized array, you won't be able to get a distress signal far enough for Hudson Cartier to back home to pick it up. That other equipment wasn't built for that. The quakes must have really destabilized it. You must have been through quite some way. That would explain why your suit looks even more dinged up. Well, I'm happy to see you weren't injured, but I do wonder now, without that tower, how we get a signal out? Telephone. Haha, well, good luck with that, but that's what I'm here for, to help you with this, right? There has to be another way. How is that tower E was our best signal? Maybe we don't need our best. If there's another transponder or booster, we could at least get something into space. Use the powerful antennas that were in Tower E. Maybe we could patch a strong signal together by starting with some weaker ones? Like I said before, there are redundant systems throughout the towers. If another part of the comms relay is accessible, there's still a chance you may can find something. I'll give the AI some specific things to look for. That way, it can guide you, and hopefully you'll find some equipment we can patch together. Thanks so much. You're welcome. I really do cherish these visits, you know. I mean, hologram or not, I feel better knowing I can help. But also that just that we got to talk. Well, it seems like our time is up again. The AI probably needs its cycles to keep Colony A functioning and to keep you safe, you know, until you manage to leave. Glad we had this spirited discussion, and I'm sorry to hear about the tower. Until next time, I'd better keep working. However, if you find the next part of that story, please scan it so that I can see. I know it's a lot to ask, but it would really help. Goodbye for now. I will check in with the AI to see if we can go back there again yet or not, but it might just say mission accomplished again. I feel like food's pretty important too, because all we managed to do before was restore our stocks. Hello again. Could you please come see me in the core? I just want to ask you about something. And again, sorry that Winnie's voice and the AI's voice are so close. Just trying to keep it... I don't know if they're consistent with the ones I was using the first session, but trying to at least keep them internally consistent. Do you know what today is? Sorry. There's no need to be sorry. I didn't expect you to really know. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday! More accurately, the date of my activation was today, back in 2048, when you all arrived. So, oh, 2064. Is that a nod to that other game? Means I've been active for exactly 16 years. Happy birthday! Thank you so much, Neko. I appreciate the sentiment. Normally, I would not mention such an arbitrary bit of information, but well, I suppose that now it's just now it is just the two of us. I felt the need to share this with you. I noticed how much happier the holograms seemed to be after your evening meetings because you and they shared information. So I thought I'd give it a try, I suppose you would say. In any case, you have 3 more areas you could visit today. Head to the shuttle bay when you're ready. So yeah, it just locked the previous one out, so... We might have to replete the birthday stuff next time we play, but I'm gonna call it there. It does autosave, I think, right? Yeah, okay. The term restarts scaring me a little bit, but okay.